My name is Tom Eric and I'm the CEO of Checked. But I like to say that I'm a simplifying evangelist because that is what this is all about. It's about making your job easier and more user-friendly documentation. So let's have a look on roof inspections. That is what we're going to talk about today, because with Checked you can get going and do your roof inspection in minutes, and out comes a report that you can just send off to your client or to your partner whatsoever. So let's start with having a quick look on what Checked is. So Checked, we want to be the standard for visual inspections, because pretty much all inspections are visual. You're walking around, you're looking at things, you're pointing at things, and you want someone to do something about these things. And then you want to have this documented. So that is what we do with Checked. Okay, so what's the problem? Or actually not a problem, it's more a challenge. That is that on a project you have a lot of people working together and they all need to have the same information. So you need to wait to collect it and share it efficiently. This is hard when you're using old tools like pen and paper, the camera on your mobile phone, and then sending this off to the people who are supposed to fix it. Because they will have questions. Should it be light gray or dark gray, 1 meter or 2 meters, done tomorrow or today, etc. There are questions. And a lot of those questions will also be regarding where the item is. Is it on the right side of the roof, on the northern side of the roof, of the west or southwest side of the roof? And we don't even know what direction that is. So it's much easier if you can use a drawing or actually a Google map to do this. And we will get to that in just a minute. So what is the most important thing with a tool that people should use today? Well, that is that it's user-friendly. And what's more user-friendly than Google? Just write in your word and out comes your search results. But if you want to find a place, you would not read that you should drive 400 kilometers straight ahead, take the second exit in the roundabout, etc. You would use Google Maps. And that is pretty much what also Checked does. We use floor plans, roof pictures, facade pictures, etc. to do your inspection. And today we will be looking at roof plans directly from Google Maps. Into these drawings, you simply point where you have your item. Then it opens up. You can take a picture or 2 or 3, speak in your text, which will be text to speech translated, and out comes your finished report. Everything is done from your mobile. You can, of course, use a tablet if you have one, but it's a native application for both iOS and Android. With a native application, that means that you can go into a basement or a technical room with no coverage and still use the application. It's stored in the phone and it will be uploaded seamlessly in the background as soon as your coverage comes back. Then you have everything in the cloud. You can filter, you can search, and you can just take out your report at a click and you can share it with anyone. The most important thing about any project and information after you have done an inspection is that you have propulsion, that the tasks that you find are actually moving forward until they are solved. We are doing this with color-coded pins in Checked. So you're delegating the task. The task is being received by the person you give it to. They will accept it. They can chat with you. They can add pictures to it. And when they're done, they can add checklists to it and then say, I'm done with the task. It will turn blue and it's up to you if you will approve it or say that they have to rectify something because it's not good enough. So you send it back, they will fix it, and then you will get it back to blue again, and maybe now you are satisfied. So having propulsion in your project and not forgetting about things is really, really important. Last but not least are checklists. When you do a roof inspection or when you do another roofing job, very often you need to follow some instructions and checklists, routines. You can build them in Checked yourself by using our drag and drop checklist builder. So you simply take the buildings block on the right side, you pull them in and make your checklist and just put the text you want into them. It can be checkboxes, normal text boxes, drop downs, date, time, signature, pictures, whatever you like. If you want to build a checklist, you can do it in the checklist builder. And on the right side, you have a preview of what it will look like on your phone or on your tablet. But now to the most important and fun thing, and that is the demo of how this works. So I will now move over to Checked Live and see how this works. So here you have my presentation. Okay, so here you have the Checked project overview. Down in the right corner, I have my phone. I will pull that into the screen as well so that we can work live in field and in the project on the web. You see that I have some drawings here. I will select my UK project, UK, and I will take the UK demo. And if I click drawings, you will see that I have the same drawings here as I have on my phone. So let's move into a roof plan of the Buckingham Palace. If you're doing a roof job, sometimes you will also have a roof sloping plan, and you can use that for saying that you have put the isolation with overlap, that you have the tar melting out when you're doing hot roll, etc. So you can document into any kind of drawing that you like. But for this example, we are going to use a roof plan of Buckingham Palace. So on my smartphone, I will open the same drawing. I just move to the roof and I open it. And now I'm ready to walk around on the roof of Buckingham Palace and do my inspection. So I can see that there is some rust on a steel fence up on the top here. So what I would do then, I would just put my finger in the drawing, put it where the fence is, and let go. Then it moves directly without me clicking into the information part of the task. I will put this in English and I will say rust on roof fence. And it comes into the task. I can select different kind of categories to put this into. So we are now working on a roof. We're working on a task which has high priority on the roof. So I put my categories in, which will make it easier to search for it and filter it when I want to make reports later. I want to put in a picture of the problem. So it's actually here on the end. We put some tape on it so that it shouldn't rust further. And of course, in the picture, I can put an arrow and mark out where my problem is if it was not easy to see as in this case. If I know who is supposed to fix this task, it could be someone in my company or it could be a subcontractor. I simply assign the task to that person and then I click save. And then you see the task pops up in my roof drawing on my computer and it is on my mobile phone. And as you see on the right side, it's also in my task list. So what happens next? Well, the person who receives the task will get a notification on the checked item. You can see that down in the right corner here. And in the app, it will be in my notification center information that I have received a new task, rust on roof fence. I go into that and I can see what the problem is and I can accept or reject the task. And of course, I can also go into the drawing and see where this specific task is. So yeah, I will fix this. As soon as I click accept, you see that the pin in the drawing changes to yellow and the progress bar goes into in progress. Maybe I have a question and I can just do that in the chat. I will say, I don't have the tool for this here, comma, we'll fix this tomorrow. When I click send, that will go into the timeline of that item. So if I open that on the web, you will see that in the timeline, the picture is here, who took it, when he took it, and also the chat message is here. Everything is logged live across the whole system. So then the next day, the guy goes out and he fixes it. So he will then click the camera like this. He goes to the same location where he's now fixed the rust problem. Of course, I haven't fixed it, so I have to fake it. So I will just go in here and pretend that now the rust is removed here on the corner like this. I click done and I say that the task is fixed. Now it goes into blue. As you can see in the background here, it's now a blue item, which means that the person who received it now says that they're done with it. Of course, I would not approve this task because it's not fixed in a good manner. I have my first picture with date and timestamp, and I have my second picture with time and date stamp. So if you were satisfied with this, you would just click close, and if you're not satisfied, you could reject it, and it goes back with a notification to the person again, who again said he could fix it, and maybe now I'm satisfied, so I will accept it, and it goes into green and it disappears from my drawing, because we don't want to focus on all the items that are fixed, because in a way, if we turn on the green, you can see that they are still here. They don't disappear. They are still here, but we don't want to focus on finished items. We can see that on the other drawing here on the facade that we have a lot of items. So if we had the green ones also turned on here, in a while you would have a crowded drawing. So we by default hide those items. As I said, sometimes you just don't walk around and point out in a drawing what to do. You need to use a checklist. And at the bottom of the screen, you can see a big plus sign. If I click that, I get up the checklists that I have added to this project from my archive, where you can have as many checklists as you like. I select the hot melt checklist, and the first thing I do is just to save it. And then I want to put it into a location at the roof. Let's just call it test. Click the location and then go to the roof and put it where you want to have this inspection checklist added. When I click save, I will now get a pin in my drawing where this checklist is added. I can then click that I have today's date, and I can also say that I started doing this inspection at 12 o'clock. You can also have a drop down where you add people who is joining the inspection, and of course you can sign up that you're doing this inspection according to rules and regulations. Sometimes you also need to have a witness present, and if I say yes to that, I will also get a signature where that people will have to sign and put his name. Okay, so then you get the questions. Are materials being stored in accordance? You can have information about that with links to how things are in other document folders or on the web with videos, etc. When you click if materials are stored according to plan, you say yes. Maybe they want to take a picture that they are stored dry or out of the sun. If you say no, you need to document that there's a problem, and sometimes it's just not applicable, and you click that button as well. So the checklist will be built up the way that you like it. Has the peel test been performed? Has the area been fully primed, etc.? And again, if I say yes, I can add a picture and text. If I say no, I can do the same, but it can also be non-applicable. So here I have my checklist. I can tick off whatever I want down here, add some general pictures, and then click save. And the item that I added is now connected to my checklist. So my checklist round is done. And I can simply move my phone out of the way like this. And if we click the item in the roof, you will see that there is a checklist connected to it at this location. And I can open it directly from the archive and from the item. And here you see that my checklist is filled out. In the top here will be your logo, and then you have all the information that you want with text, with pictures, with signatures, etc. directly out from the system. So, a quick recap. As I told you, you can do a basic inspection on any roof by just uploading a floor plan, putting your finger in, putting your text and picture in, and out comes a beautiful report. But it's also possible to follow a checklist, do a routine, and have everything proof that you have done it according to plan. When you're done, you can simply click the items to generate a report. It's a bit boring report on this project since we only have 2 items. But let's go into the facade as an example. I can select my tasks here and I can click Generate Report. I will give this report a name, Test, and click Generate. And in a few seconds, my inspection report will be done. I can send the link to anyone that I like. It's a live web page, and I can open it up and show you how this report looks with a interactive drawing, items with text, and the progress of the items. And I can simply click the pictures to get the pictures up in a bigger size. So your report can be open for everyone. It can be only open for project members, and it can be open for owners and admins only. So you just go out there, make your inspection, put in your items, take your pictures, and out comes a beautiful report at a click. Looking forward to continue talking to you. Hope to see you later for another one of our webinars. My name is Tom Erik, and I'll see you soon.